Update 1.26 is a full-on deluge of awesome alterations. Maps and vehicles. Onslaught and Battle Pass. Consumables. Crew. But that's not why the update is called HAILSTORM. It's because in it, you can rain down a storm of thousands of shells per minute. Watch to the end to find out everything. Random events continue to develop, making the game more varied and more epic. In this update, the events transform 3 more maps. On Malinovka, a plane falls straight onto the windmill, creating new cover on the most crucial part of the map. This can help you both defend and attack. Pilsen is subject to an airstrike aimed at the hangars. It destroys some of the roofs and creates cover inside. This will facilitate more varied gameplay. Also, sometimes trains travel across the map. These divide the flanks and block lines of fire. On Karelia, planes bomb the key position in square D4. The landscape changes, so study it to use the alterations to your advantage. Natural selection dictates that those who adapt quickest are the ones who win. Maps continue to improve even without the help of falling planes. The balance between teams and positions has been improved across 8 maps: Lakeville, Abbey, Steppes, Tundra, Studzianki, Outpost, Mannerheim Line, and Oyster Bay. The last 2 have changed the most. On Mannerheim Line, the terrain by the water has been dug over to make it easier for the lower team to get to positions, and for the upper one to develop an offensive after winning on the flank. Now your tank is less likely to become a submarine in this dangerous zone. On the other side of the map, the positions for light tanks and tank destroyers have been balanced. The positions for passively defending the upper base have been weakened. Approximately the same has been done with Oyster Bay. Heavy tanks have got more cover in squares G6, F7, and F6. There, the central and upper directions have been linked by a cave, making it easier for you to change flanks. The tank destroyer positions in squares J5 and F9 have been weakened somewhat. Cover and bushes have been added to the field to make gameplay for light tanks more varied. More cover has been added on the beach, not just from the sun. You can read about how the other maps have been rebalanced in the article on the game portal. The Tank Rebalance is even larger scale and more important. This update sees notable improvements to the Bat-Chatillon 25T, M48 Patton, and K91. For the K91, loading has become significantly better, strengthening its key feature. It has also lost one of its main disadvantages and has no problem rotating its turret 360 degrees. Now the K91 will be a strong rival to other sniper medium tanks. The changes to the Patton aren't as large scale, since it only needed a small update. Its max speed, specific power, accuracy, and aiming have been improved. A little bit of everything for more comfortable gameplay. The bot shot is the most serious and long-awaited rebalance of this update. It has lost its 90 and 100mm guns. 105mm gun, now its only one, has had its aiming improved and its stabilization seriously boosted. This helps you make the most of the autoloader. In addition, the number of shells it can carry has been increased. Many vehicles in the branches of these 3 Tier 10s have been similarly improved. This time, we took a more comprehensive approach to the issue and went deeper into the mid-tiers. Starting from Tiers 5 and 6, researching has been simplified. Many stock modules have gone, and the remaining stock configurations have been improved for greater gameplay comfort. A few new modules have appeared. Starting from Tier 6, all non-top radios have been removed. There are fewer modules, and the remaining ones have become more valuable. This means each module influences the quality of the game more, and it makes getting through the stock configurations clearer and more comfortable. Removed modules will be transferred to the depot, where you can sell them or mount them on other tanks if this is possible. You can find more details in the dedicated article on the portal. The update has also affected 5 premium tanks. The 59 Patton has had its stabilization, damage per shot, and aiming time improved. The IS-5 also gets better aiming and stabilization, as well as improved accuracy. The Alt Proto AMX-30 now has faster hull and turret traverse, the latter coupled with lower dispersion. Loading has been improved by a whole second. The WZ-111 Model 6 has improved traverse speed, stabilization, aiming, and penetration with standard shells. The AMX Canon d'Assaut 105 gets very respectable boosts to HP, damage per minute, and firing accuracy in general. The update also brings a large-scale improvement of the crew perk system. You can find out more about it in our article or the separate video, but here we'll just go through the main points. Each crew member can now train a maximum of 6 perks. After that, post-progression starts, where the experienced crew member creates crew books for you to train new tankers with. All perks above 6 will be reset, and the XP will be compensated for with crew books. The bonus perk system allows crew members with several qualifications to train more than 6 perks. This balances vehicles with large and small crews without increasing the training time for the latter. Perks possessed by several crew members are now fully effective only when they are trained by all of the tankers that have them available. For instance, if only one of 2 loaders has intuition, it will be 50% effective. Complicated distribution of crew roles has been fixed for a number of tanks. Many old perks have been rebalanced, and as many as 15 new ones have been added. For instance, Emergency temporarily improves crew performance when the tank receives damage. You can quickly reset and reassign perks in the barracks using 2 new buttons. But for the crews of your favorite tanks, it's best to reassign them manually. Train the new perks and create your dream team. Don't miss unlimited free perk resets for a month. The countdown will start when you log into the game for the first time after the update is released. But even after that month, each crew member will have 1 free reset available with no time limit. Besides perks, many of the game's consumables have been significantly improved. Some of them have become handier, while others are easier to use. The small repair kit now fixes all damaged modules. That's right, like only the large one used to. Now you don't have to choose between your engine and gun. The same goes for the small first aid kit. Now there are enough bandages and iodine for everyone, but the price of consumables is unchanged. Enjoy. The large repair kit and first aid kit do the same, but, like before, also boost repair speed and give injury protection. They reload much faster than the small kits too. You'll be ready for every eventuality. Preparation of the automatic fire extinguisher has been reduced in exactly the same way. That's why all old types of fuel and oil and the removed speed governor have been taken out of the game. Instead, 2 new types of fuel have been added, which boost engine power and traverse speed. Unlike the old fuel, the new one is suitable for all nations and engine types. The new year of the Manticore is starting in Onslaught. New horizons and awards await. You'll find a new improved version of the low-noise exhaust system in the Onslaught shop, and the main prize of the year will be an exclusive Tier 10 tank, the Stinger. This tank will turn heads, make people green with envy, and unload magazine after magazine just as efficiently as the T-57 Heavy. This year, getting a tank will be a little easier than last. The mode itself has plenty of changes. In the rank system, it's much easier to get rating points in the Iron and Bronze ranks. You can now use certain reward vehicles in Onslaught, including last year's reward, the Hurricane. Maps now include Muravanka and Live Oaks, modified for Onslaught, and Himmelsdorf has finally returned in an improved form. The modifiers have been altered. The percentage bonus to hit points has changed to a set one. This should balance the strength of different types of vehicles. Spotting time has been increased from 3 seconds to 4. Several new modifiers have been added that significantly influence Onslaught gameplay. Damage to internal modules has been reduced by 50%. The chance of engine fire has been reduced to 0. Your engine won't set on fire at all, but you could still get a ruptured fuel tank. And perhaps most importantly, damage per shot dispersion has been reduced from plus-minus 25% to 12%. This is the first ever change to potential dispersion values in World of Tanks. We've done it to support the competitive aspect of Onslaught. Several role skills have been reworked. For instance, now the skill for assault tank destroyers reduces incoming damage instead of accelerating reload time. Recon Flight is available a few seconds after the start of battle, and tanks spotted with this skill will see an altered light bulb with a plane. You can test all the changes in team training. Now, in Onslaught training, you don't need to pay for shells and consumables. Head there to see how the new crew perks work. Some have interesting features in Onslaught. And after training, try your hand at the updated Onslaught tournaments. There, everyone has a chance at victory and glory. If you're still short on Tier 10s, check out what's for rent this season. The E50M, the WZ-113G FT, and the Object 277. When you're fighting to the top in Onslaught, you won't notice yourself completing Battle Pass. This time, it's about the Waffenträger backstory and contains 3D styles for the Panzerkampfwagen 7, the K91, and the Concept number 5. For the second two, these are the first 3D styles in the game. They represent the first steps in the study of force fields, railguns, and electromagnetic pulses. And of course, you can get valuable resources, Battle Pass tokens, unique crew members, and much more. The WoT Plus subscription continues to offer a trial period. Try out a whole month of the game with daily attendance rewards, a gold reserve, an additional map exclusion slot, the intensive crew regimen, the TS-54 premium tank, the equipment assistant, and free demounting. The Equipment Assistant is a new subscription benefit that will help you decide on loadouts for specific tanks. The assistant shows you several equipment combinations that are popular among the majority of players. It lets you know quickly and conveniently exactly what thousands of different people select. May we present Czechoslovakian light tanks. They're nimble and fun, and they cause a lot of damage in a short amount of time. The high-tier ones are armed with autocannons, and that's something completely new to the game. At close range, it's pointless firing single rounds from them. Pull the trigger and turn your opponent into Swiss cheese. A special marker will help you see how effective your firing is. It has a few stages, which change depending on the percentage of shells that penetrate your opponent's armor. Bear in mind that autocannons offer very low penetration. That said, the magazine is good for a few seconds of uninterrupted fire. Then it loads like a classic autoloader. During the process, the tank is defenseless, but once it's loaded, it causes damage faster than almost any autoloader and delivers far more emotions. Fun fact, the new tanks have double-barreled guns, but technically the fire comes from a single point in between them. This is so you don't get dizzy from the camera switching between the guns several times per second. Besides firing, a light tank with an autocannon can passively spot enemies from bushes, though it won't do it as well as specialized scouts. Chiefly, these are rear raiders that use hit-and-run tactics, but they can play the scout when necessary, especially when their autocannons have already put some holes in the enemy light tanks. The story begins with the Škoda T17, a light tank with a classic autoloader. It provides a smooth transition to the new branch. Next come the Blesk, Shelma, and Tesak, 3 vehicles with autocannons that take the firing rate of tanks to a whole new level, and that are sure to bring you new, unforgettable emotions. That's all for now. Train new perks, assemble a platoon of bot shots, research autocannons, and rain down a hailstorm on your opponents.